Dear friends, another important topic comes here. The topic is purchasing and procurement. Now, so far we all know that to run a business, every organization acquires certain goods either in the form of raw material, components, subcomponents, or let's say capital machineries, or organization also needs indirect materials like office equipments and more and more. So who does this acquisition of products or services? It's simple that it is done by purchasing department. So now you must have understood what is the role of purchasing department. So it is simple that purchasing is a business process that is used to acquire goods or services to accomplish company goals. Now what is procurement? Most of the time these both terms are considered as same by many professionals. But in an actual functionality, both these differs in terms of responsibilities and complexities. Now, procurement involves multiple activities. The key activities are sourcing, contract management, and also purchasing. So here we can simply say that purchasing is part of a wider procurement process. Now let's talk about steps in purchasing cycle. So purchasing cycle has multiple steps. So we have tried to elaborate all the small steps which are done in purchasing cycle. So it starts with receiving purchase requisition. So purchase requisition is nothing but the requirement of particular department for a particular product or a service which comes to purchasing department, and then purchasing department starts their further purchasing activities. So in that, purchasing team floats RFQ, that means request for quotation, to existing vendors in case if there are no price contracts set. Then they evaluate received quotes from the supplier. Then they negotiate if it is required. Then they create and release approved purchase orders to the supplier. Once it is sent to supplier, they also are bound to take purchase order acknowledgement from the supplier. Once purchase order acknowledgement is received, then they also have to update purchase order as per acknowledgement, because sometimes suppliers dates or suppliers prices or suppliers terms can be different. Then we have to update the purchase order as per the acknowledgement. Then further, purchasing team have to also expedite the orders when it is required urgently. Then they receive the product in the facility where it is expected. Once it is received, then there are quality audits of received product or services that are done by quality team. Then further, there is a three-way matching. It is nothing but it is matching entire purchasing requirement on purchase order as well as invoice from the supplier and delivery receipts. Then once all these things are matching, then purchasing team approves the invoices for the payment, and then payment goes to the supplier as per the terms and conditions. And then finally, purchasing team also has to do record keeping in the form of electronic documents or hard copy documents which are required for further purpose like audit, or let's say if there are legal complications that comes into the picture. Now this was all about purchasing process steps. Now we will talk about procurement process steps. So as we already seen that procurement is mixture of sourcing, then contract management and purchasing. So procurement process actually starts with sourcing, which is nothing but identify the need of a product or services that will be required to a company or to an organization in future, which is usually proactive in nature. Then sourcing process also includes market research. So we will talk on this in detail in coming topics. Then floating quotes to potential suppliers, and then evaluating received quotes from the suppliers. Now this was all about sourcing process. Then the further step is contract management. So to finalize the contract, the procurement process also involves negotiation on received quotes from the supplier. And once negotiation is done, procurement team further goes for finalization of contracts with the respective parties, which could be suppliers, which could be even logistics and freight forwarders. Once the contracts are finalized, then purchasing process comes into the picture, which is simply placing purchase orders, receiving purchase orders, then quality audit of received products and services, and approve invoices for the payment. So this is all about procurement process. So here you can simply see the procurement process is vast as compared to purchasing process. Now while doing this procurement process, supplier evaluation is also important task that comes into the procurement. Then contract compliance evaluation is also a part, because contracts are set, ownerships are set, responsibilities are set, but if there are compliance issues, that also needs to be evaluated time to time. And also in procurement, spend analysis is also done to provide better value for the company. So we will talk about spend analysis in our further topics.